So, Mr. Gheorghiu, we have here a game against Westerinen.
Westerinen, yeah. Westerinen was the best Finnish player. He comes from Finland. And in that time, he was one of the strongest Nordic player. I mean, Finland, Denmark, Sweden, and so on. You know, they have finally three very strong players in. Now they have the fourth, Carlsen. You know, he playing for Norway.
Yes.
But in that time, it was Larsen. He was playing for Denmark. Westerinen was playing for Finland, of course, and Wolf Andersson for Sweden, of course. These three players.
Yeah.
Well, the other two were most, well known, let's say. But Westerinen was also a very dangerous player, and he could win against anyone. I mean, very tactical like this. And this is also a very good example because we played King's Indian. He was playing King's Indian for black, and I was playing against King's Indian, the Zamish variation, you know, like
your favorite.
Yes. And a very sharp one again, you know. So we'll see. Bishop e3, knight c6. This is one of the alternatives with knight c6. Knight g2, rook b8, queen d2, rook e8, h4, h5. Okay. It seems in that time this was found by Spassky for black. H5. This move order for black.
Yeah.
I mean, black tries to stop very quickly the idea from white point of view on the other side, and he doesn't give immediately the possibility to play g4 or h5 very quickly. You know, h5 tries to stop a little bit the white's attacking chances on the other side. You know?
Yes.
So now we continue our idea. Castle a6. He wants to come on the other side. Bishop h6, of course. And b5. Okay. So after b5, g4. That gives a pawn for a very strong initiative. Now he takes in g4. We give the second pawn by playing h5. Very strong initiative. You know, very well analyzed. I remember that I had some analyze. I analyzed this position for about 25 moves, 30 moves like this, until the last moment. And white has very strong attacking chances.
So for giving
giving the 2 pawns in g4 and h5. So he didn't accept the sacrifice and he took in c4. And now white has to demonstrate that his idea was okay. I mean, that you have some good chance to attack. So I play knight g3. I mean, again, you give him the chance to take in g4, and now again h5, you know, the same idea. So this was the black's hope. I mean, he reacts in center, and now you have to take, he takes, and now you have to take a very good decision. If you play d5, then black is all right. If you play d5, he has time to play knight d4, and black has a very good move, a very good position. So d5 is not good. Now you have to take in e5. And he takes with the rook. It seems that black has no problem, because now if you take in h5, you have doesn't look very well for white, because he has time to take with the knight, you know, and you don't win anything, and the attack is rejected, the white attack, you know. So you have to play g5, but you close the position for the moment, you know, after g5. So he moves the knight. Now you continue, of course, you attack the rook, and he plays very active on the other side, you know. And we took back our pawn, and rook b4. What else? I mean, it seems that black has a good game, you know. At the first glance like this, black is very active, you know.
Yeah.
But white is still better, and clearly better, you know. And we'll demonstrate it in a few moves. Bishop d5 and knight d4, and very quiet knight back. So now it seems that black has big problems here, you know. We attack every piece in d4, in b4, and in a5. What can he play? So takes, of course, no? We take. And white has, again, he has to demonstrate how can he do something, you know, because black needs only one move. If he has one move, it's all right for black, you know. If you play, for instance, bishop b3 or b3, black is okay. But we give the pawn from b2 because it's always, as always, the big initiative is important, you know. And now very strong move, knight d4. Okay, he has to take in b2. And now queen c3. Queen c3 is possible because the diagonal is very strong and we win by force at least the exchange. Now rook c5 is impossible because we have knight e6 check and wins.
So
Now we attack the rook. And we
yes.
want to give one check in e6 on f5 is with mate, you know. So the only way to do something is to give the exchange.
But now if he give you a
If
check
he gives check, you go away with the king in d2.
in the two,
He
and
gives another check there, we play king e3 with the same threats, you know. We threaten to win a rook and give mate, decisive attack, you know.
yes.
So the game is probably already lost for black. Now he gave the exchange, the only move, you know. Yeah. So he took the exchange, he took back, and now rook d4, again very strong, because he was threatening rook c5, but now after rook c5, rook c4 is winning for white again, you know. The first, impression is that white has still some problems, you know, because his king is a little bit weak.
Yes.
But the king is very well placed in c1. It's no threat at all. And we continue, you know, finally our attacking chances on the other side.
Because
So,
the black has very
yeah,
few
he has
forces.
he has a small initiative, but it's not enough.
Yeah, his pieces are still.
Yeah, they're still there, and the
Yes.
bishop from c8 doesn't play. The
queen
knight
also.
from d7 is all right, but doesn't threaten anything, you know. And we have our threats with f5 later on, you know. So rook d4, queen e7, okay. a4. Now you have to take a decision. You go back to b8, or you play, as in our game, rook c5. Right, rook c5, okay. We played rook c4. He has to take, no? We took with our queen. Knight b7. No, knight b6, pardon. Queen b3. To have the possibility to take back with the queen in d5. If he takes now in d5, we take with the queen. And after bishop e6, we move back to d4 and we win. We are much better and we have exchange up and we win, you know. Every position is winning. We play finally possible, you know, king d2, rook c1, everything is winning for white with the exchange. You know. So he plays a5, and now we have the last part of the game, which is very beautiful because it comes very quickly and white has a decisive attack in a few moves, you know. We decide the game. So rook e1. Now queen d7, bishop d7, queen c3. We want to, you know, to attack immediately the king. The threat now is already f5 here, and queen takes c7, you know, between other moves, you know.
So if he attacks you here,
so yeah,
you,
he attacks.
you go this
I
way.
want to play f5. F5 is the, you know, the threat. You know. So he has to move something, queen d8, because the queen d8 is very good against this threat, against e5, f5. You know. And now we took the pawn. He has to take back also the pawn and f5. Now the game is over because he has no move. If he takes in f5, the attack goes on, you know. It's not so good. So what to do? I mean, he has to find a move.
Because you break here at the king.
Well, I attack. I'm threatening already. F takes g6, and the game, you know, is completely, you know, destroyed for black. I mean, has no defense at all.
Yes.
Yeah. So after f5,
He took.
Okay. The only way I took, and now queen d7. I mean, the last hope somehow, you know. So g6, everything is forced. Now we're threatening with check, you know, f7. So the last hope is king g7. And again, check again. Now if he takes in g6 or in f6, he gets mated, forced, you know. So if, for instance, if he took in f6, queen c3 check, queens. And now is no move. If he takes, for instance, in g6, after rook g1 check is finished. Yeah. So he has to go back to h8. And now, look, we have our king in c1 is alone.
Yes.
Yeah. But after queen d2, you have no check, and we want to give one check, the last one in h6, and black resigned. Again, beauty prize.
Yeah, he resigned here.
Yeah.
Yes, your king is in C1 by
Yeah, it
himself.
seems that he has some problems, but
Yeah.
it is very well placed. There is no one check. Black has no checks,
Yeah.
with such a king.
Was here for many moves.
Yeah, for
But was
many
very
moves.
safe.
But it's all right,
Yeah,
But
yeah.
instead, the black king, it seemed that the black is well defended,
Yeah.
has very many problems, and finally he got mated finally in this position, and everything is more or less forced. Yeah,
True.
yeah. This is the King's Indian and the Zemish, all the time, like this, move by move. Every position can change everything, Yeah.
True.
It was a nice tournament in Torremolinos, a tournament that I won finally, and it was also very strong, many grandmasters and so on. And as always in Spain, a beautiful occasion to
Celebrate.
celebrate and to see again the beautiful country. Yes.
True.
Yes.
All right. Thank you,
Yes.
Mr.
You are-
Gheorghiu.